Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Asya. I'm 26 years old and I'm studying animation and illustration in the second semester. And I wanted to show you what I learned and what we did in the first semester. We had 6 different courses and we needed to make 4 different projects for the courses and 2 exams. And I wanted to show you what we did, what we learned. So if you want, you can also learn it from the things I show you, or you can also learn from YouTube with the topics, because I know how hard it is to want to study this but cannot afford it because I'm studying this privately. I need to pay for it by myself. And so I want to start it with you. This is a process. I want to make a I don't know how to call it, a book like this, and want to put every 6 semesters from my university in this book. But I wanted to show you that now, so you can see what we learned. If you have questions, you can write me down in the comments. I want to show you my the first 2 courses where we made the exams. So the first one is Innovation by Design. The type was an exam. We learned things about the trajectory of artificiality. You can see it on the picture, design thinking and service design. My reflection is that I actually learned more than I needed to learn, because I had 2 different practice exams, but I just learned for one of them, and 2 days before we made the exam, I learned for the other practice exam. But I didn't need it to learn that. I just needed to learn the things from the trajectory of artificiality and some examples. And I think my grade was 2.7. It's okay, but not the best. But I was glad that I didn't had the grade 3 or 4. The second course is aesthetic. Also an exam. We learned the different art areas, learning what happened while the socialization. And my reflection was, it was really easy. We needed to learn everything from a script, and some of the titles or what there was written was just self-explaining. There was only multiple choice questions, and I think I just needed to write or made this exam in 30 minutes. We had 19 minutes, so yeah, it was okay, and I had the best grade in this course. It was 1.3. Let's get into the projects. So the first project was academic writing and research. We needed to write something about a topic we like to write about, that we are just interested in, and I write about 2D and 3D animation techniques over the past nearly 100 years, because it was always an interest to learn something about it, because I wanted to work as an animation designer. You can see here onion skinning, and there is the 12 principles of animation. You can find it online on YouTube, and how all the techniques works. And I've also wrote some pros and cons for the 2D and 3D animation. The process was, I gathered informations, I researched 2D animation techniques and 3D animation techniques. I collected the various techniques online and documented them in a table. At the end, I also, like I said, created a pros and cons list. And my reflection was that it was not my best course, because I earned the grade 2.7, I think it was 2.7, and I'm always bad at writing flow texts. So the next one is Fundamental of Environmental Design, 2D and 3D, and I love this course because, like I said, I wanted to learn a lot of things about 3D animation, and I'm good at drawing, but I don't like. I want to learn more about the 3D animation techniques and everything with the 3D process. So I have here 2 different pictures. The first one here on the left side is the first model. So I modeled a tree house for a character I made by myself over the last years. And this is a final look. You can see that I changed a lot of things, and I added checks. Like here is written, I created a mood board, a sketch, a 3D model, I adjusted textures, insert lightning and rendering, and this is the finished look. In the reflections, I was able to learn more about 3D modeling, adding textures and setting up lightning properly, because I struggled a lot over the past years to add textures and lightning. I was always scared to do that when I made 3D models. I struggled with most of the things I created during the development phase. Nevertheless, I really enjoyed to challenge myself, and I want to continue developing this skill, because I want to work in a company where I need to make 3D stuff. So I think this was really important for myself to being better at this. And I was the only one who said that I want to make a 3D model, because everyone just drew a 2D version of the idea what they had, and I had the grade, I think it was 1.7, so my second best grade. So the next one is design practice and ethics. The idea was to improve an existing product or creating a new one, and I decided to make an interactive pop-up book for children from 3 to 6, because we have a tiptoe book and a tiptoe pen in the kindergarten where I'm also working in a part-time job. And the features is that this works with body heat, so you don't need to, in my project, that you don't need to have a pen or something like that. You just need your finger to put to go over the text. And the theme was forest animals. My process was developing an ideas, making a sketch, gather information, creating a prototype here, creating a QR code and a website for reviewing the book. So you can see here there is a cover, and I use the cover also on my website, and on the website it was just for the teacher, but I also write down some questions for the parents and a picture for the children, so they can also give me a grade or write something about the book. And the reflection is it was really challenging, but I enjoyed the experience of creating a prototype and a QR code. This was not the first time I created a prototype, but I was really happy that I also learned something about creating a website. So, and this is the last course, Creative Tools, Analog and Digital. Started to make a logo design. Then we learned something about log lines, what is a log line and how does this work. Then we created vector-based illustrations and 5 different posters. The thing is, I made this poster first on the left side, and after that, my teacher said that we need to make 5 different posters. He didn't say that at the beginning of the semester, so we wasn't sure about that. And then I made this one for my 4 different characters and the background as a setting. And the process was I first created 1 poster, then I edited and created 5 different ones. I used the story I created between 2013 and 15. Finally, I created a small animation with this, because my teacher wanted that we made a little animation out of this. So the elements come from every side, every direction. And the reflection is we created many different site assignments and collected them in a folder. At first, I couldn't understand why we needed to do that, but the teacher wanted to share a lot of experiences with us. We used various softwares. So at the end, you can take a photo of this. This is my reflection of the semester and tasks for you. Thank you for listening. I took this video with TikTok, so I was just able to record 10 minutes. And after that, I edited this video and decided that I wanted to say a few words before ending this video. I hope you liked it and could learn something new or knew more about studying animation and illustration and the important things you should learn. I want to work on my online presence, and I want to post more about these things I'm learning right now, improving my art style, creating more stuff, and I'm planning to open open an online art shop on Ko-fi. If you want, you can like this video, subscribe my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, TikTok and Threads at Drawn by Asya. See you next time. Bye!